Hi, I'm Ben. I'm one of the application scientists here at Denovix, and today I'm going to walk you through how to install and set up your Helium spectrophotometer after you receive it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is take the instrument out of the box that it was shipped in. We have our power supply. I'm going to unwrap that and set it aside. And then we get to the real star of the show here, and we'll take that out of the foam that's protecting it, and then we'll take it out of this plastic sleeve. Set it down where we want it. So I'm going to go ahead right now and take this tape off and then remove this little plastic insert that'll protect the sample surface. Now we just want to make sure the power supply is properly plugged into the right port, and then we will want to turn the device on using the power switch here. This is where you will load your sample. I'll show you that in a little bit. This motor screw is going to control the height of the arm and move to very precise paths to ensure accurate measurements every time. Please try to avoid pipetting samples onto this. Having pointed all that out, you want to make sure that this sample surface is clean and this upper fiber is clean as well. And we'll lower the arm, and then we will press OK. And now you'll see that there is an initialization happening, and you'll want to not touch the arm as that text indicated. All right, so this is the nucleic acid screen on the Helium. So with that in mind, let's take a blank. So we'll lift up the arm, and we will put a droplet down on the pedestal right here. And then we will simply lower the arm and press the blank button. In order to get accurate results, your blank solution should be the same solution that your sample is suspended in. For example, if your sample is suspended in TE, use that buffer, not just water. Okay, then I will take a clean Kim wipe. I will give it a little wipe. And then I will get my sample out. So now I'm just going to name my sample. So I'm going to get a clean, fresh tip and take 1 microliter and press measure. Okay, so now with that result, I see my concentration, my absorbance, I see my purity ratios, everything looks good to me. And I am going to now get ready to export my sample. So if I take my USB drive and I insert it in the port, the USB icon lights up on the screen, and I simply click that, and it exports to the USB drive. There's no menu to step through, it just does the export of the sample on the screen only. The other export option that you have is a label printer. So what I'll do is, now that I'm ready to export, I will tap the printer icon, and I should be seeing a printout. Now it's time to just talk through the other nucleic acid options that you have available. So if you click on this drop-down menu, you can see that there are a couple different nucleic acid options that the Helium can measure. You'll see that the RNA application looks identical to the DNA application, and our factor has changed to 40, but everything else on the screen is the same. And the final option we have is ssDNA, and the factor is 33, but all the other information again stays the same. All right, so now that we have finished talking about all the nucleic acid applications, we should move over to the protein app. So previously we had a factor icon up in the top of the screen. It's now E1%, and next to that you see that we have to make a selection. With protein, you need to have the specific E1% value that corresponds with your purified protein that you're studying. If I click on this Make Selection menu here, you'll see that we have a few already stored in the software for you that are very commonly used, such as BSA and IgG. You also see here on the results that our concentration is reported in milligram per mil, like most proteins are. You also see absorbance is taken at 280, and we have 1 purity ratio, which is 260-280. We don't have 2 like we did in nucleic acids. If you want to get a bunch of data off the device at one time, you can do that much more efficiently through the data app. So you see here, we already have selected protein. We can press search, and all of the different results ever taken in the protein application will show up. So I can pick a few, like that, and then I can hit add to report, and then I can go to the report here, and you can see the 4 samples that I selected, and I can select them like that. I can do the select all button, and this data can be exported in bulk using either the USB or label printer option. Now we can go to the Settings app and quickly talk through the available options here. So you just have your general system info here. But the one important thing to point out is here we have this updater. If there was a new version of software made available, you could download it from the Denovix website, put it on a USB flash drive. The beauty of the Helium unit is not only is it simple to use, it's simple to maintain. It is calibrated for life. It's not intended to need yearly calibration or service visits from a technician. Few quick things to point out here are making sure that you're keeping the sample surface and the upper surface here clean, wiping them after a sample is completed, not letting samples dry onto the surfaces. Also, avoiding pipetting or spraying down the device directly will ensure that the screw doesn't become corroded or have any problems achieving the proper path lengths. And as with any device, maintaining the software, as I showed you, is a good practice to ensure that your device is working well. If you have any questions at all about the Helium or any other Denovix products, you should always reach out to techsupport@denovix.com, and myself or somebody else on the application science team will be more than happy to assist you.